So let's jump into a Patreon listener question. Once again, if you are interested in asking a question that will be read out live on the podcast, as live as it can be, just be sure to check the description below and check out our Patreon. We have all kinds of different tiers, and at the $5 tier, you could join the Patreon listener question tier. And of course, you get a whole bunch of other cool stuff with it. And then you can come join us. Join us on the Discord, hang out, talk about Transformers. We got a lot of cool stuff. We got I think 50 people there now, talking about Transformers and stuff. So come check us out on the Discord too, but be sure to join the Patreon as part of that coolness. And we have a question from Patreon listener, MassiveGains, and he wants to know, and I actually wanted to get this one done as soon as possible because of how topical it is. And he said, "Hey, Proto Man, happy holidays. At my work, we're having a gift exchange program, and lucky for me, a lot of my coworkers, and specifically the person's name I pulled, is into geek culture kind of stuff. And it made me think up a really good question for the podcast. What are some great Transformers-related gift ideas for the holiday seasons that would be a great item for a fellow Transformer fandom friend or loved one?" This is a really good one. This is a really good one, to the point that I actually kind of sat down and made a list. After I read this, I was like, oh man, I really want to do this best justice I could. So what I thought about was, because as of this recording, right now it is December 10th, and that gives us about 15 days until the holidays. Some people, they do even though Christmas on Christmas Eve. I know as a kid, that's what I kind of did. We did a Christmas Eve night. So we have 15 days pretty much to give advice here and get your stuff. So I'm aiming more for that in-person retail purchase or Amazon, Walmart, 2-day shipping kind of thing. I could obviously open it up to eBay and all the online retailers of TF Source, Big Bad Toy Store and stuff. But considering that my listeners come from all over the world, and considering that some listeners, even from, let's say, Canada and the UK, it might take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they get their product. So what we're going to be talking about here is stuff that you could essentially get MSRP, retail, in stores right now. You walk into your Walmart, you walk into your Target, it'll be there, or GameStop. I'm even going to mention GameStop in a few situations here. Or alternatively, I'm going to mention some nice Amazon prices for specific items that are available in mass through Amazon, 2-day shipping, the whole thing. This isn't like a paid advertisement. This is stuff that I feel would be really good. And the second thing I want to kind of tackle also is your budget. Because, some stuff, it's, what if it's only $10 you could spend, or $20 or $30? So I kind of separated that too. So we'll start with the $10 range. So we'll call it the stocking stuffer, stuff that you could put in for your Transformer fandom fan friend. And there's a lot of really cool stuff here. A lot of it was pulled from Amazon and Walmart and GameStop. All these three different things have really good, under $10, really good Transformer budget stuff. And keep in mind, all the prices I'm saying is United States USD currency. And obviously these prices will change as of this recording. So one good thing that I saw that Walmart had a lot of, and it was on mega clearance essentially, is they still have a lot of those. And this made my top Transformers of 2018 list. They have a whole bunch of those Prime Masters still. So we're talking Metal Hawk, we're talking Landmine, we're talking some Marauder, Skullgrin. They still got them on their website, and still some of them are kicking around still amazingly in stores, and they're $4.97 each, $4.97, and under $5 essentially. And I love these things. I have Metal Hawk. I bought 3 of them, and I have one Metal Hawk that always sits at my computer desk. That's how much I love these things. So that's a really cool one under $5. They got a lot of other cool stuff too that's from the more older couple of years ago. The Titan Masters like Nightbeat and Shuffler are kicking around between $4 and $6. So you could find that also on Walmart's website. And of course, they even had those little, blind packed, the head of the G1 character turns into the vehicle thing. They still have those kicking around for $6. All really good stocking stuffer kind of stuff for a G1 fan that would absolutely love to see that in their stocking, especially considering how cheap it is too and how good the product is. When you move more up outside of that $5 to $6 range, still under $10, All of those G1 mini bots are $7.98 right now. So you're talking Warpath, Bumblebee, even the likes of Brawn and Cliffjumper. Actually, no, I don't think Cliffjumper was reissued yet, but I know Brawn was. Like, just there's so many of those that, again, for $7. I mean, for the longest time, these guys were being sold at BotCons and all kinds of stuff, 10 to 15 bucks loose. Some of them were not in the best condition. And this you could get nice and carded, minty, put it in someone's stocking stuffer, and they'll appreciate it. To wake up on Christmas morning and have a Bumblebee with show accurate face variant staring back at them. There's a lot of other cool stuff too. I mean, at the end of the day, like the MicroMasters, which they're still hanging in there at that $9.84 price point. You could get that, like the Hyperdrive Blackjack 2-pack or Flak and Tops. I mean, I loved MicroMasters. I grew up with them for Generation 1, so I always have a soft spot for them. But I mean, that's another good one too. And then of course you fall into even, let's say, the Cyberverse stuff with the one-step stuff. So there's a lot of the new characters that recently started showing up, like Whirl and Bludgeon of the one-step price point. So for $9 you could pick them up. Or even the Scout class, you could get Bumblebee, Windblade, Slipstream. So that's another one too. And of course the Battle Masters from Siege, they're at the $5.96 price point. That's another thing too. And even for the kiddies, like the preschoolers, a lot of the Rescue Bot stuff is still $8.77. You can pick up Hot Shot in a lot of them. And the Titan Guardians, which were like these were exclusive to Walmart. They were like these PVC figures with limited articulation. They didn't transform, but they were based off of G1 Evergreen kind of designs. They're going for $5. And they have Megatron, Shockwave, Optimus, and Bumblebee. Good for preschoolers. There's something you could put in. They could even put it in their mouth, and it's not even a choking hazard. They're almost like a chew toy. But good stuff too. And the last thing I want to bring up is for the TCG players. Everything in that under $10 price point. If you want to get someone into the TCG, they have the 2-player starter set, which is the one that comes with Optimus, the giant Optimus, and the giant Bumblebee card. And it also has a whole bunch of other character cards and action cards. You could get that 2 set for $9 at GameStop, and I guess probably at Walmart too. And then of course booster packs. I mean, any booster pack is always just awesome because you never know what you'll get in it. That whole, I guess we'll call it that whole gambling lottery fix that some kids really would love, as crazy as that sounds, or even for us collectors. You get a booster pack for $3.97, whether it be the new Siege booster packs or even the Wave 1 stuff. They're all pretty much the same price. And, you never know what you could get. You could pull a Nemesis Prime. You could pull an Omega Supreme. There's all kinds of cool stuff you could get. And again, under $5 in those cases. It's like $3.97. So those are really good gifts you could give just if you have $10 as a stocking stuffer. When you open it up to, let's say, that $10 to $20 mark now, like you got $20. You could spend something a little, better now. Still, when you look at Walmart, they're selling a lot of old stuff too. Hey, did you miss those Titan Masters? You didn't get, let's say, Brainstorm or Chrome Dome or some of those. Maybe not Brainstorm. I think he was an exclusive somewhere. But some of the others. I mean, I'm looking at Chrome Dome right here in Hardhead, $14.96. You could pick them up still from Walmart. And free shipping, and 2-day shipping and all that kind of stuff. And then you have the likes of the more newer stuff like Impactor from Siege. And this is also $14.98. Impactor, Mirage, Six Gun, Blue Streak, Barricade, Hound and Brunt even. $14. $15 actually with taxes and stuff. But it's like, hey, good stuff. And then even some of the Studio Series stuff like Drift and Dropkick of the deluxe price point at $15.99. And then they even have some old stuff from the Power of the Primes. You didn't get Alita 1, her big jet mode one. You could pick her up for $19.99, under $20 right there. And then even all of the Spark Armor stuff. Optimus, Megatron, Bumblebee, Prowl. Originally were $24.99. Now they're $19.99 at Walmart. And that's another one too. Something if you were big on the Cyberverse show, they have a whole bunch of those too that you could pick up. Then when you jump more into that like $20 to $30 price point, and we'll even go into some $40 ones, there's a lot of really good stuff I could recommend. $29.99, Generations Leader Class Shockwave. What a great toy. I love Shockwave, and that's a really good toy. You take off all that armor, and it's pretty much G1 Shockwave. Like, it's the closest you could get to like a G1 reissue. And for $29.99, it's amazing. The new recent Siege Starscream, $24.97. The Megatron that comes with the sword. Same thing like with the other Seekers, like Thundercracker. You get your fix. You know what I mean? You get your fix, and Thundercracker even comes with the Battle Master for $24.99. Same thing with the Megatron. He comes with the sword character. And then when you get into that, like, let's say $40 range, that Voyager Studio Series Optimus Prime, based off of the Bumblebee one, is a must. Is a really good one. And then let's get into the last one. Let's talk about your G1 hardcore fan, and then your upper echelon, if money isn't an option fan, you want to get a good gift regardless. So we'll go into the G1 stuff. Walmart has all their G1 exclusive stuff, so you could pick up Starscream for $34.99. Hey, it's the one that comes with the Megatron gun. Soundwave for $49.67, comes with Buzzsaw. Again, you can't go wrong. That very uniquely boxed G1 Optimus Prime without trailer. That one I wouldn't recommend right now. It's on clearance price for $34.99. I would not go with that one. And same thing, the cassettes for $30. Pick your poison. Some people might think that's a good price. Some people might not. I still see near complete cassettes loose G1 at TF cons all the time for $15. So this could be considered a good price because it's it's minty brand new to some, but again, that's more your opinion. And then when we get into the upper echelon, you're getting a gift for someone and you don't care how much you spend. Why not get them an Omega Supreme? Omega Supreme is amazing, and for $191.99, free delivery from either Amazon, from Walmart, or whatever. That's a good one. The Jetfire, another one, $79.99. Really good stuff. Pretty awesome, and probably as good as it gets for Jetfire from an official standpoint. And heck, here's the last one for the Generation 1 guys. If we're talking, getting a nice, big, iconic thing, why not get a Devastator box set, gift set? $74, free shipping, the whole 9 yards. And this is from Walmart. And you get all 6 Constructicons, no trying to track down every little gun, every little chrome piece in a nice, beautiful box. So that'd be a great gift for a G1 fan to get that. And it just looks really nice in the box. I was tempted to buy one. I already owned G1 Devastator over and over, but I was almost tempted to get the reissue just because of how nice it looked in the box, and I just leave it in the box or something. But that's just a few. At the end of the day, I always feel that you don't have to go crazy and spend a lot of money to make a fan happy. It's as cliche as it sounds, the thought really does count. Some of the best gifts I've ever gotten from fans were not crazy expensive gifts, but gifts that you really knew they put some thought into it. And I've had stuff that were just as simple as a small little, spy changer, to stuff that was just, they took a junker, transformer and repainted into a character that I kind of liked. It's the thought that counts. And like, if you have a fan that really likes Pretender shells, you could go out and get expensive stuff for them, but maybe that Pretender Metal Hawk might hit closer to home than anything else, so really just think about it. And as always, again, it really, all that matters is that you get them something that they'll appreciate, that you actually thought of them and put, some effort into purchase, and it wasn't just throwing money at something. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope that gave someone some stuff to kind of hunt around and look for the holiday season, because again, we only have like 15 or 14 days left as of this recording. So there's some really good stuff to be found here that you could sneak into the house and then get to your coworker or to your buddy and make them have a happy holiday season with the robots in disguise.